the biggest win you could have in this next period of time would be for you to set an intention and a plan that you want to commit to.
Yes.
That feels reasonable to you. It doesn't have to be crazy. It just has to be intentional. Let me look at my week. Do I have more time? Do I have less time? When would be a good time for me to do that?
Yeah.
And then just, you're not in charge of the outcome of what happens at that rehearsal, but showing up and rehearsing and spending time in it is within your control.
Yeah.
So let's see what you can get intentional about. That to me is the worst feeling, when I'm just like letting life happen to me rather than deciding how I want things to go and then executing my plan.
Yeah.
And then adapting if I need to. If all these things come up, then that's okay, But it's just when I'm like, I'll get to it, and then I don't. Find your own way. Find your own way.
Yeah.
But I do believe that it exists when it's on the calendar. If I learned one thing that I love from Larry Moss over the years was, and I don't even think I really understood it till I was older, was just self-discipline. He would say it all the time. Self-discipline is self-love. And I really think that's true. It's not about like being, we can get really fulfilled, and that's not the right word, by checking things off a to-do list that feels like, oh, I was so productive. I cleared all these emails out of my inbox. And that feels like we did something. And then we can be like, well, I don't really have to. I did all this other. I like got that package in the mail, and I, got the clutter pile sorted, and some of the bills paid, and like, oh, so productive.
I'm laughing because I'm like,
yeah. And it feels like, oh, right. And that's the stuff we go to first, because we can sort of like get away with prioritizing it as the most important thing. When in fact, what would happen if we prioritized acting in that way?
Yeah.
Because then it bleeds into everything you do. That confidence that comes from you showing up for yourself.